the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Aviators sitting at 4-3, excuse me. The Falcons are sitting at 1-4. Ty Bartel alongside Brandon Colangelo with the call for tonight's game. And Brandon, immediately looking at these starting lineups, you see that the Aviators have a clear height advantage. What do you expect to see from the Falcons trying to combat that height?
They're going to need to keep their defensive intensity that they've had all season. I mean, they're going to have to be smart on defense. They're going to need to bring double teams. They're going to need to be smart with who they keep the ball hands with. I mean, they're going to need to keep that same intensity.
And when we talked with Coach Beanie prior to the game, he told us, there's no question they have the height advantage. I mean, that's no secret. But he said we got to use that height against them. He's like, you're going to see us use a little bit more zone than that press. He's like, we're going to force it though into the hands of the bigger guys, make them handle the ball. That's the only thing we really can do is force them to use the taller guys, have the ball in their hands, and use their height against them. So that's definitely one thing we're going to be seeing tonight. We also talked too with Coach Beanie prior to the game about Todd Simons too, and just the 1,000 points he was able to reach against Marlington, one of only 3 players in Falcons history to do so. And he just talked about the special achievement it was, and that the opportunities were there for him. And he's been the leading scorer for the last 3 years. He's going to be this year. And interesting statistic that Coach Beanie told me too. I mean, Todd Simons is going for the all-time record to dethrone Jack Morrison, a record that's been standing since 1955 for this school. He said it's depending on the season, lasting the full schedule. They need to play a full schedule, but he said Todd Simons can average about 17 a game for a full schedule. He's like, he's got the record. So definitely an interesting piece of history that Todd Simons can be a part of, so long as we can get a full season under the belt of the Falcons tonight. But definitely a player to watch this season, as he might be the all-time leading scorer for the Fitch Falcons going forward. As we see, the Falcons do win the opening tip-off. Todd Simons ends up with it. And the one guy, Coach Kakara told us for the Aviators is the guy they're going to watch, is that Todd Simons. He's like, he's the guy that hurt us last year, and he said he's definitely one of the better, if not the best player that they're going to play this season. So you got to try to play to contain him as much as you can, because you're not going to stop him.
Absolutely. He's a true talent out there on both ends of the floor.
As now attacking the basket, that is Ford, kicks it to the corner, three-pointer hoisted up, no good, rebounded, offensive rebound for the Aviators, making a single move, cuts inside, no good, follow it up with a second shot attempt, up and in, that is good, that is Gales, gets Alliance on the board, 2-0.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of that tonight, Ty.
That's Underwood.
Under.
Beautiful, Allen Underwood with an immediate answer on the reverse layup. And you see what the Falcons are doing. They're forcing it into the hands, but they do get it back to Ford, and Ford is quick as a bullet. Up and in. Cannot stop Ford on that quickness. That's the problem. If you're going to force it into the hands of the bigger guys, you can't let those smaller guys like Ford, get loose, because he will make you pay. Simons hoists it up from 3, puts it up and puts it in from deep. Simons immediately answers, and then boy, oh boy, if this is any indication on what's to come, we're going to see a high-scoring, quick strike affair between these two teams.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see it, especially with Alliance's height and
an immediate
shooting ability out here.
That's Zerbrug on the Alliance Aviators side, answers with a tray of his own. Roth now in transition. Nice tip by the Aviators. That was Alexander. Got in there for the steal. Here comes Ford on the quickness. Tries to hand it off. Gets it fed inside off of the hands. 3-point from Zerbrug. Up. No good. Rattles out. Cam Smith with the rebound. Back in transition are the Falcons. To Roth. Roth makes a single move. Has to go back out to Simons. Simons with the pump fake. Gets to the mid-range. Now to the top of the key. 3-pointer is up. No good. Off back iron. And elevating high off the ground to grab that rebound was Brandon Alexander for the Aviators. Foul is called on Roth after the rebound, and the Aviators keep it.
Going to be tough staying in front of this team tonight, Ty.
Absolutely, and we talk about it all the time. I mean, rebounding, yeah, it's a game of positioning, but you can't teach height in rebounding, and having a clear height disadvantage the Falcons are going to be going into tonight. They're going to be fighting for those rebounds as Ford tries to hoist that one up. Difficult shot with the contact, couldn't get it in. Simons, so aware on the floor, gets it to Smith. Smith shot up, no good. Was looking for a foul, did not get it. Goes out of bounds to the Aviators. Cam Smith getting the start tonight, and I mean, that's what Coach Beanie said. He said, you're going to see us start a bunch of different guys. We're trying to find the right rotation that really works. And the one stat Coach Beanie says, and he'll constantly say that he keeps tabs on efficiency rating. He's like, you got to be in the positive. If you're in the negative, you know, we'll take you out. We'll put someone in and, you know, see if that works out. If that's not working out, we'll put them in. We'll keep guys in that are doing good. So efficiency rating is really the big thing that Coach Beanie is looking at. And, I mean, more of those advanced stats, though, basketball-wise, and you see them implemented even at lower levels such as high school.
Wow, that's tremendous. I did not even realize he was looking at this kind of statistical analysis.
As Ford gets a nice pass inside. Beautiful pass, beautiful feed, beautiful make. That is Brendan Zerbrug that makes it, and it's a 9-5 Aviators lead. 5:20 left in the first. Simons has it. Hoists it from three. Could not get that one to fall. Rebounded Aviators. And they're running in transition yet again. Bringing it down is Alexander. Brandon Alexander looking for a screen to be set and didn't get one. Alexander has to get it to Ford. Ford goes inside, back outside to Ford. Simons is covering Ford. Hoists up a three from way downtown. Offensive rebound up and in, though. That is Gales. And a timeout called by Coach Beanie. And he is irate. He comes out onto the floor and tells his team to get back right quick. As the offensive rebounding is going to be one of the things that the Falcons are going to have to contain, because if you're stopping them from making a shot once is hard enough, Brandon, but to try to stop them 2-3 times every time they go down the court, it's going to be near impossible to match their scoring.
It's going to be extremely difficult. They're going to have to really get inside and use their positioning down low instead of their size, because that's something that they just don't have.
When we talked with Coach Kukara for the Aviators, he told us, too, the culture of this team, and it always has been, he said, when you see the Aviators coming to your school, you're going to know they're going to be good defensively, they're going to be tough kids, and they're not afraid to share the ball. And as we've seen, I mean, especially with Ford at the helm as your primary distributor, he does a great job of passing the ball around. As Leskovac is bringing it down to Simons. Simons fakes three, goes inside, now has to back out to Smith. Cam Smith drives to his right. Has to stop, had the ball knocked out of his hands, goes back to Simons. Simons swings it to Underwood. Underwood gets to his space, makes a nice move up and in with the foul. Alan Underwood.
Wow, with the cradle there on that take. The hop step, too. I mean, great talent there from Underwood to get the lay-in.
Alan Underwood with all sorts of elusive moves to work his way inside. Among the trees, it didn't matter. He found the bottom of the net with that one. Underwood gets it and an and-one opportunity, which he promptly takes advantage of. Cuts the Aviator lead down to 3. Ford trying to get it. They are pressing the Aviators right now. Gets it to Alexander. Alexander feeds it to Gales. Gales finds the corner. Zerbrug back out to Alexander. Looked to step into a three. Simons was there. Alexander goes inside to Gales, kicks it back outside. Zerbrug from 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. That was tipped by the Aviators last. Goes out of bounds. Ford could not get to it in time. Falcons get it back. But this is a very good all-around Aviator team. Sitting at 4-3, they are lucky. They're one of the teams that have actually played 7 games this season. Not many teams have had that. And Coach Kukara told us they've been pretty lucky as far as no players have tested positive for them this season. So they've been pretty lucky in avoiding the COVID bug that everyone else seems to be getting. As Simons grabs his own rebound, fakes the second shot attempt, tries to go inside with it, loses the ball on the second chance attempt, trying to get a hold of it. That was Saul Lee. Now they're pressing Ford. Ford is too quick, though. Gets past everyone. Beautiful pass to Gales. Strip stolen away, though, by Cam Smith. Beautiful steal by Smith. The active hands of Cam. Goes inside. Finds Underwood on the reverse. Couldn't get it. Second chance attempt. Finds the bottom of the net. And boy, oh boy, Brandon. Alan Underwood, from the last time we saw him to now, he has drastically improved his game.
I think it's a lot of confidence, coming off the first win of the season. They're not afraid to let it fly and get their bodies moving.
As Gales couldn't find it, and they get it to Smith. They are doing a great job with Gales, but amazing hike from Ford. Tries to go up with it, out of bounds, goes back to the Aviators. Falcons may be working a little bit too quick, and it's working against themselves right now.
Yeah, we've seen it on a couple possessions here. They just drive a little too fast and lose the ball. But, I mean, they're getting the speed and the quick first step to get past their defenders. They just need a better handle.
As Dan Evans checks in, as well as Isaac Boyd. Also, Gianni Malley checking in for the Falcons, as we see Diego Allen checking in for the Aviators. Aviators have the ball, up by 1. Ford is driving with Evans on him. Evans is quick enough to stay with him. Cross-court pass. Finds his man, has to get it to Alexander, though. Alexander back to Ford. Ford gets to that mid-range area. Boy, does he have a height on that vertical. And then rebound by Simons. Simons now driving, finds so much pressure, gets it to Evans. Evans stepping into a 3, puts it up and puts it in. Dan Evans steps right into a 3 off the feed from Simons, and the Falcons hold their first lead of the night, 13-11. Falcons leading it, 2:40 to go in the first. Alexander gets that ball to Haynes. Ford now has it back to Haynes in the corner. Haynes pump fakes, now dribbles his way to the wing. Tries to work it inside to Allen. Tipped away from Allen. Stolen away from Boyd. Boyd is now running in transition. They got a guy open. Gets it to Malley. Up and in. Shot is good for the Falcons. As Deshaun Vaughn got it in transition, they got that ball up and they snuck behind the defense of the Aviators. And that's going to be a timeout for the Aviators. And boy, Brandon, You talk about the confidence factor. I mean, we talk from Marlington to now. I mean, there was a loss to Mooney in between, but this Falcons team is looking, at least this particular lineup is looking very energetic right now.
Absolutely, and they're doing exactly what they wanted to do. They're using their size against them. They're just using their speed and their smaller bodies to get around them in transition. A great lead by the Falcons here.
What do you expect to see from the Aviators to combat this right now, as they are now trailing in this game by 4?
Well, they're going to need to get back home and force the Falcons into a half-court set. I mean, they've been running really fast here as of late. They're going to need to slow them down.
As coming out of the timeout, Aviators look to have the ball. We will see who's going to be inbounding. It is going to be Brendan Alexander to Ford. Ford gets pressed, hits the rim on that pass, does get it to Alexander, and they're doing a great job pressing, but this is the problem, is that you can get ahead of the chains, and they do, but Falcons right there to defend it and force them back into that half court. Alexander trying to go all the way with it, and they call the foul as Alexander hits the ground. You need to be a lot of an athlete and a little bit of an actor when you're playing a game of basketball, as Alexander plays into the foul, gets it, and goes to the line for 2. As we're under 2 minutes, minute 57 to go in the first quarter. Alexander stepping to the line, trying to cut the Falcons' lead, who are up by 4. As Alexander sinks that first one home and cuts the Falcons' lead to 3. And it's one thing you got to wonder why they haven't attacked more and trying to get the fouls. Maybe the officials haven't called it, which they haven't called many fouls, but the Falcons are playing great physical defense. Is that a mark of the danger of being taller, is that if there's a smaller guy guarding you, you're not really going to get those foul calls because you're expected to be able to fight through that kind of contact?
Well, I mean, it's just up to the official at that point to see whether your momentum is traveling a certain way and kind of your actions are leading to that. It's an on-the-floor call, and it's really tough to make for an official.
As Alexander finds Allen, kicks it out. Three-pointer is up, no good. Rebounded by Simons. Simons on the attack now, running in transition. 90 seconds to go in the first. Simons makes a cut to his left. Tries to go with the turnaround J. Couldn't find the bottom of the net. Rebound by Ford. Ford with tremendous ball handling abilities. Ford finds the corner. Back out to Ford. Ford with Dan Evans on him finds Alexander. The extra pass to the corner. Three-pointer up and in. Sinking it from 3. That was Cameron Haynes. And again, back and forth we go. Back on top are the Aviators. Deshaun Vaughn now with the ball to Simons. Simons covered by Alexander. Calling for some sort of screen. Did not get it. Simons takes the mid-ranger himself. Couldn't find the bottom. Does find the bottom on the second bounce.
Oh, man.
The luck of the bounce goes the Falcons and Simons' way. Back on top by 1 are the Falcons. Losing the ball out of bounds off of the foot of Caden Bates. And the Falcons get the ball back. 44.2 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. As Nate Leskovac will be inbounding the ball and does so. And interesting to see, as now Falcons do not have Todd Simons, so it's interesting to see how they are going to operate without their best player on the floor. Isaac Boyd kicks it out. Deshaun Vaughn from distance could not find the bottom. Nice rebound, though, by Leskovac. Could not get the foul he was looking for. Extended over the bigger man was Leskovac to get that rebound. And a rebound on the other end. Second chance opportunity. Those are the ones you cannot let the Aviators get. Cameron Haynes finds the second chance opportunity and takes advantage. And a nice no-look pass up and in, and it's another good one for Isaac Boyd this time. And the Falcons back up by 1. 5 seconds and ticking. Aviators going to look to get a second shot. Last second shot goes to Isaac Boyd. Boyd hoists it up. Could not find the bottom of the net. He wanted it bad. Boy, oh boy, are we running quick on this one, Brandon. 19-18, the Falcons are leading it after 8 minutes of play. And if these next 3 quarters are anything like this first one, we're in for a doozy, Brandon.
We're in for a 100-point affair if this game keeps going the way it's going.
We're going to take a quick 15, 30-second break on ysnlive.com. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
High-res futurecast shows steady snow for the next few hours.
Still just downright cold.
It is bitter out there.
Several strong bands of lake effect snow.
Winds is kind of the big story today as well.
So if you need a more detailed winter forecast on WFMJ.com and the Storm Tracker 21 app.
As we resume action for the second quarter of play between the Alliance Aviators and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Brandon, that was a quick strike affair between 2 really good shooting teams right now. I mean, you really can't find anything to fault on either teams for how well they're both playing right now.
I mean, they're just both playing in the flow of the game. I mean, going back and forth at each other, offenses to defenses, right at both teams with great intensity tonight.
As Bates will be inbounding and does so to Ford. Another 8 minutes to go. Bates getting the ball back and a little bit of a slower approach as Alexander has the ball. Gets doubled immediately, has to find a way out, and he has to back out of the paint. Tries to get it back to Alexander, was able to pry that pass away. Tries to do an extra pass shot up and in, and just using the size to his advantage. Gales was able to do so and retake the lead for the Aviators. As Dan Evans now with the ball. Off of the screen, Dan Evans backs out now, tries to do crossover. Mid-range J is up, no good. Rebounded by Alexander. Running in transition now is Ford. Ford dribbling between his legs, guarded by Underwood. Ford trying to find a pass to go to. Does go to the wing, back to Ford, finds the extra pass to Alexander. Alexander trying to dribble through the contact, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Cam Smith. Gets it to Underwood. Underwood's running in transition. Needs to get it cross court. Dan Evans stepping into a 3. In and out it goes. Rebounded goes to, well, let's see if they got it off the leg. They did get it off the leg of Sali. Great awareness by Brandon Alexander to be able to do so, and the Aviators get the ball back. But, I mean, just great hustle from both teams right now, Brandon.
Yeah, it seems like a game of defense right now. I mean, just trying to hold each other's offenses in check for at least this foreseeable moment.
And a nice tip intended for Alexander. All the way, Underwood up and in. Beautiful shot from Underwood with Alexander trailing. And Alan Underwood has been on a different level tonight, Brandon, as far as defensively, offensively. He has been just a great all-around player for the Falcons tonight and really has been contributing to why the Falcons have stayed in it as much as they have so far. As the turnaround hook shot, no good. Could not get it to go. Cam Smith finds Dan Evans. Dan Evans slows the pace down now. They're going to go into a half-court offensive set. Cam Smith has it. He runs quick, tries to go all the way, holds the ball. Perfect amount of time to draw the foul.
Absolutely gets the shot up, and it's called.
And that's the key sometimes. And Cam Smith, we see him too. Cam Smith is another player we saw was a little bit behind the 8 ball. Seems like he was rushing his shot. He seems like he's coming into his own now, especially from the Marlington game to now. As that first shot up, no good, a little hard off the back iron as we have another check-in for the Aviators. That is going to be number 5, Ty Young. As Cam Smith trying to go at least 1 for 2 at the line with the Falcons holding a 1-point lead. Rattles in and out. 0 for 2 trip at the free throw line. for the Falcons this time. Ford is running. Ford meets Underwood. Underwood trying to back him out beyond the perimeter, and Ford tries to reset a play. Screen is set. Ford gets the look. Ford puts a shot up. No good. Rebounded by Underwood. Falcons have the mismatch. Now gets it to Smith. Finds the extra pass. Dan Evans steps into a three. Puts it up and puts it in. Great awareness pass by Cam Smith. Finds Dan Evans at the wing. They put the three up and in. 4-point lead for the Falcons. And the defensive pressure seems to just be flustering the Aviators right now. Hitting the ground hard, trying to go up, shot up, no good. Second chance attempt goes to the Falcons on the rebound. Now here comes Dan Evans in transition. Stops, pops, rattles around, gets it up and gets it in. Another good shot, Dan Evans beyond this one. 6-point lead.
Wow, what a steal.
Second chance attempt up, no good. Fight, gets another offensive rebound. Trying to go somewhere with it, shot is up. No good. Traveling violation is called. But boy, oh boy, Brandon, this Aviators team is looking really flustered right now with the defense the Falcons are bringing forth.
Just tremendous intensity, and they're just really getting in their face. I mean, they're just bringing the double team there, and they're not afraid to push the ball. They're really being ball hawks right now at the moment.
It's the Falcons holding a 6-point lead, 26-20, 5:13 left in the first half of play. Ford is bringing it up. As Gage Ford goes cross-court, Brandon Alexander now with the ball. And here comes the zone defense we've been expecting from the Falcons. Finds the corner, finds two people on him immediately, has to go inside to Gales. Gales' shot is up, no good, but the foul is called. He was able to get him on the arm. And going to the line now for two is going to be Gales.
And that's going to be the best bet for Alliance probably going forward, is get the ball inside, and you're going to have to get the lankier defenders down low in the air, and you just get the foul every time and go to the line.
As that first free throw rattles around, no good. Gales is going to try to go 1 for 2 at the line now. But the Falcons doing something incredible, and they're playing much taller than their height actually dictates. As an 0 for 2 trip to the line, and saving it are the Falcons. That was Salih. Simons running in transition, finds Underwood. Underwood back out. Simons steps into a three of his own, puts it up and puts it in. Todd Simons with 8, Allen Underwood with 9, and the Falcons with a 9-point lead against the Aviators. Traveling violation is called. Gage Ford showing his immediate displeasure with the call and with his teammate. As the Falcons get the ball back, holding a 9-point lead, 4:39 to go. Simons will be bringing it up. Dan Evans gets the ball, he hands it off to him. Dan Evans with Ford on him, gets it to Delciato. Delciato looking for someone to go to, has Gales on him, hands it back off to Evans. Dan Evans, a screen set by Salih, backs out now. And a foul inside. Let's see who they're going to call it on. Whistle was blown. And they're going to call that one on 30, number 30 for the Aviators. That's Cameron Haynes. And the Falcons get the ball back. And maybe a frustration foul right now. I mean, the way that the Falcons are playing defense, as Simons gets the shot up, no good, rebounded by Ford. Gage Ford has an incredible vertical, Brandon.
Right, extremely athletic for his size.
As a three from the corner, and promptly what the Aviators needed to do. Brendan Zerbrug sinks that one home, cuts the Falcons' lead to 6. Simons has the ball now. Brandon Alexander is guarding. Simons slows the pace down a little bit for the Falcons. Perhaps looking for a screen, setting the play up are the Falcons. Gets it to Dan Evans. Screen is set. Dan Evans puts a three up and in. Dan Evans with a triple from deep. He has 11 on the night. And a foul is called, trying to play a little too rough on defense. They're going to call that one on Evans. Aviators keep it, but nonetheless a 9-point lead is back for the Falcons. 3-point shooting, what the Falcons have been looking for all season long, Brandon, and it seems to finally have woken up tonight.
Right, the shots are falling tonight. They're getting the looks, and their defense intensity on one end is giving them the looks.
As Gage Ford draws another foul.
And, just setting them up for their offense.
As Allen Underwood picks up the foul. But, I mean, if you were looking at players, I mean, look at Dan Evans, look at Allen Underwood. This is the help around Todd Simons. 9 for Underwood, 11 for Evans, 8 for Simons himself. But, I mean, truth be told, Brandon, basketball, you can't rely on one guy to get you all the points. It's a team sport more than most sports are,
Absolutely.
More than any other sport. So you need that second and third man up that's able to get some points for you. As Alexander, nice inside pass. They do a cross-court pass, finds Alexander, but great defense from the Falcons. Defensive IQ is right there, and the Aviators right now having trouble finding open shots. Ford trying to sink it from 3, rattles that one up and in as Gage Ford able to find it from distance. Running in transition is Malley. Malley swings it to Simons. Simons trying to get the mismatch on him. Simons had Ford on him, puts it up and puts it in right from the shoulder area. Todd Simons, right shoulder shot is up and good. 8-point lead for the Falcons. As Gage Ford, they got the mismatch with Gage Ford on Simons, and Simons took advantage of it. Gianni Malley now on Ford. Ford gets him to his right, now kicks it to the left. Three-pointer up and in, three-point shot. That is Zerbrug, and Zerbrug is torching him from distance right now. Another triple. Alan Underwood shot up, almost finished that one too, and Alan Underwood turning it into a player that's not afraid of contact right now, Brandon, going right at the Aviators every single time.
Well, he has a tremendous ability to get in there and put the shot up and make it seem to go in every other time. But he gets the call there and go to the line.
As Alan Underwood now, 9 points on the night, will step to the line for 2. Sinks that first one up. He has double digits in the scoring column with 10 now. And more importantly, the Falcons are now leading by 6. As Gianni Malley comes in, as well as Nate Leskovac for the Falcons. Isaac Boyd also in. As missing the second shot, Simons does get the rebound. Simons, turnaround jumper is up and in. Simons says, I'll trade that 1-point free throw for a 2-point mid-ranger. And another timeout called by the Aviators. Boy, oh boy, are the Falcons hitting on all cylinders right now, Brandon.
Todd Simons, you know, the jump starter right there. A tremendous height on his jump shot. I mean, he can hit from anywhere in the mid-range or from beyond the arc.
More importantly, too, just being able to get that offensive rebound, just the lack of awareness on the Aviator side, and Simons was just in that moment was so focused on grabbing that rebound, and that's, if you have that lapse in your thinking, I mean, that's what can happen.
He's going to take advantage of it every single time. He's lethal on offense.
As now leading by 8 points are the Falcons. We're looking at 2:31 left in the first half of play. Falcons trying to get some distance in between them and the Aviators with their lead. But I mean, you're looking at this is the operation that Coach Beanie really wants the Falcons to be at, and this is probably the best game that the Falcons, at least so far to this point, have played this year.
I would agree with that statement. I mean, defense is impeccable as we're seeing again here, and their shots have been falling to give them the lead. Great offense on all cylinders.
And I mean, just really forcing them into bad passes and bad dribble moves. I mean, that's what the Falcons are doing right now with their defense. Gage Ford trying to find somewhere to go to. Just no breathing room right now for the Aviators. Every shot is tough. And that ball was tipped, got to the hand of Zerbrug, now back to Ford. But you see the defense always up and in the face of every Aviator that touches the ball. And it's great execution on the zone defense. Alexander up and in, and that's just a great shot high off the glass from Alexander on the drive.
Puts it right over Simons there.
As Simons goes with the mid-ranger up, no good, couldn't find the bottom. Rebounded, though, by Deshaun Vaughn on the block, though. And Simons gets the ball back. Alexander is on him. Simons dribbles now to the top of the key and will reset the offense. Minute 30 left in the second quarter of play. Falcons up by 6. Simons works to that shoulder, now drives baseline. Simons trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gets fouled with the ball in hand. No shot was taken, and it will be out. Inbound pass. Simons will be making it. As Brandon Alexander picks up his second foul of the night. Simons looking for the inbound. Gets it to Leskovac, back to Simons. Simons now drives to his right, looking for the turnaround J. Gets a little bit of clearance. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded, and Simons steals it. No, they're going to call the foul. Simons tried to swat it away from Zerbrug as he was running in transition. Looked like he did, but may have gotten a little bit too much arm in the transition. Minute 15 to go, though, and the Aviators are down by 6. 1-and-1 opportunity for the Aviators as they are in the bonus. Zerbrug will step to the line for 1-and-1. His first attempt is up and in. Will get his second attempt. Cuts the Falcons' lead to 5. But you got to live with those fouls, too. I mean, with the type of intensity on defense that the Falcons are playing, you'll live with those fouls every once in a while.
Absolutely, because I believe that's the first one of that type on the floor this game thus far. And they've had at least 5 or 6 turnovers that have created a bunch of points for them.
As Isaac Boyd uses his quickness up, no good, but will get the foul on the shot, and he'll go to the line for 2. And I mean, they're exactly what Coach Beanie was saying he was going to do, use the height against him. And I mean, the quickness of the Falcons right now, it doesn't seem like the Aviators can keep up with them.
No, I mean, they're just penetrating really deep inside and forcing them to foul, or they're just getting the layup opportunity anyway. It's great play by the Falcons right now to put themselves in front.
As Isaac Boyd goes 2 for 2 at the line and re-extends the lead to 6 for the Falcons. We're at a minute left in the second quarter of regulation. Gage Ford gets it to Alexander. Alexander back to Gage Ford. Great defense played on him. Leskovac kept with him, and they're going to call that foul, reach-in foul. And Gage Ford, happy that he finally got a call, and will go to the line now for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Gage Ford to the line, shooting 1-and-1.
And if they're starting to call it, Ty, you gotta put the brakes on it a little bit, because they're just going to start going to the line for the last 54 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. First shot up and in. Coming in is Allen Underwood, the unsung hero of the Falcons of this first half so far. Underwood comes in to the game again. As Gage Ford, unable to sink his second attempt, only gets 1 of 2 at the line. Simons gets the ball, stripped, stolen away, able to recover it though. Are the Falcons, finds Leskovac, shot up and in with the foul. And you see Gage Ford just voicing displeasure on the team, just everything. It seems like the Falcons get inside. There's a foul tacked onto it for them. Another and one opportunity. Nate Leskovac stepping to the line this time. And I mean, just, rattles that one around, no good. It was more of an instance of look what I found at my feet here, and Simons just making the right call to Leskovac. Gets to Alexander. Alexander finds Zerbrug in the corner, goes inside to Gales. Gales backs down. Simons has to go back outside. Foul is called. Now going to the line for 1-and-1 will be Gales. As we see some talking on the floor right now. You see it between, it looks like Leskovac and Gales. As some
little chirpy.
Yeah, little jawing back and forth to each other. Checking out was Isaac Boyd. Checking in is Cam Smith. As Gales now will go to the line for 1-and-1. As he sinks that first one, cuts the Falcons' lead to just 6. 30.9 seconds to go in the first half of play. Gales looking to sink his second opportunity at the line. As that's just, I mean, we know the type of competitiveness that Leskovac has as he gets another rebound. Leskovac is a type of player that plays way bigger than he actually is. One of the better defenders on this team, and one of the guys that will out-hustle pretty much anybody that's out on the floor. Timeout by Coach Beanie. He's going to take a 30-second timeout. Falcons likely to hold it for the last possession of the half. 21.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. But I mean, it seems like every single time, Brandon, that the Aviators are coming in with some sort of attack, the Falcons are able to find something to counterattack that and push them right back.
I mean, they seem to be right on top of them. They're thumb down on top of them. That is, it's just tremendous defense, really, is just what propelled them right now.
As Coach Beanie looking to try to get one final strike in to go into the half up by a larger margin than 6. Preferably is what Coach Beanie would want after a great first half of basketball from the Falcons, both offensively and defensively. Probably the most complete half of basketball this team has played all season. As Cam Smith does get it into Todd Simons. Todd Simons is going to dribble it around in the backcourt for a few seconds, burn some clock off. They're at 15 seconds and ticking. He finally crosses the half-court line. You're looking at 10 seconds left in the half. Simons gets the screen from Leskovac. Simons tries to do a crossover move, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Aviators. 3.8 seconds to go. Now the Falcons are going to need to do a quick strike as Underwood will be inbounding. No, excuse me, that's going to be Cam Smith who takes over that. 3.8 to go. Cam Smith looking to inbound the ball. Gets it to Malley. Malley swings it to Simons. Simons gets doubled. Shot is up. No good on the last second attempt. Broken up play. Great defense from the Aviators, but nonetheless, Falcons holding a 6-point lead over the Alliance Aviators going into halftime. And boy, oh boy, Brandon, I think we're going to be in for a great second half of play here between both teams.
I mean, a fantastic basketball game we're watching in front of us tonight. Everyone firing on every cylinder.
Real quickly before we go into halftime, looking at both teams right now, what do the Falcons need to maintain? What do the Aviators need to do to come on top?
Clean defense. They're going to need to stay right in front of them how they've been the entire night and really kind of clean up any turnovers they're going to have as well as anything else like that.
Nonetheless, a great game so far between the Alliance Aviators and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Of course, we will have that second half of action and more here live on ysnlive.com.
21 News.
Let's get right to our top story tonight.
More experienced reporters.
A new Wilmington restaurant.
GM Lordstown.
Telling more local stories.
We'll look at efforts
Boy
to
is
curb
recovering from a broken.
Around our valley.
Community in Niles.
We are here in Youngstown, right up.
Because you expect
Important for everyone.
No place like home.
more local news.
In Mercer County
Before
Court.
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
I went to Greenwood Chevrolet because I was really interested in looking at the tracks.
Because I wanted my dream truck.
Because I've been going there for 20 years. I think whenever we go there, whatever car we're looking for, they have tremendous inventory.
If you're looking for people who care about you, Greenwood is the place to go.
You know, it's like family there. The girls know me in service. It's Miss Kim in the Tahoe.
I'm really happy that I went
to Greenwood Chevrolet.
Because they really went
the extra mile for me.
Now we're going the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
This is Jim Myers with Myers Family Insurance, your local Medicare and retirement resource. We're excited to have sports back. Whether you're on the field or cheering from the stands, sports unifies communities and brings hope for the future. We're all one team working together. At Myers Family Insurance, we know the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Friday night, it's fresh limousine. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, like I'm living the dream. Platform shoes, strut down the street. It's gonna get hot here, I hope you can handle the heat.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-res futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Tri-State Ford announces the Built for the Holiday sales event. Get America's best price on F-150 and great deals on our entire Ford lineup. Choose from Escape, Edge, Explorer, and Expedition and get $2,000 trade assist cash, plus 0% financing, plus no payment for 90 days on all new 2021 Ford models, plus a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. Now that's the Tri-State Ford advantage.
Customer focus, community driven. Visit tristateford.net.
Welcome back to second half action between the Alliance Aviators and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. In that first half, we saw the Austintown Fitch Falcons hold a 6-point lead against the Aviators going into halftime. But, I mean, it's been a game of defense, Brandon. It's been a game of just back and forth, punch, counter punch. But the Falcons really are ahead right now because they're just out hustling the Aviators to some of these plays.
I mean, it's just they're using their athleticism and quickness to their advantage, you know, against some great length on Alliance's side. And, you know, like you said, Coach Beanie said, it's the game plan in this game, and it's apparent, and they're doing a fantastic job at it right now.
And as we see, you get Evan Salih, Cam Smith, Alan Underwood, and Dan Evans, along with Simons. I mean, very small lineup with Simons virtually playing center right now.
Basically, yeah. But he doesn't play like a center,
no,
I'll tell you that.
Not at all. As Salih with the ball, going to find somewhere to go with, and they're cutting it, trying to do ball denial to Simons, who gets a little sliver of hope. Shot rattles it in. And, I mean, that's all Simons really needs. If you let him off of you just a little bit, Simons will make you pay. As now running in transition are the Aviators. They're going to try to go quick strike ability. Gage Ford gets it to the corner, back out to Ford. No, stolen by Underwood. Underwood going all the way. Shot up and in, and Underwood. Another star being born in Fitch High School under the name of Alan Underwood tonight. Another shot after the steal by Allen Underwood as Ford goes up and in, tries to go up, gets 2 shots at the line after the foul. As we have a 10-point Falcon lead now, but Allen Underwood, Brandon, talk about his play tonight. He has just been incredible on both sides of the ball.
I mean, he seemed to come into his own here in the last 5 or so games, especially from the first one, judging on that. And this appearance we're seeing right now, I mean, he's fantastic on offense, a great finishing ability that he's already showcased tonight multiple times. He's got the shot to go, too. I mean, great player right now.
And, I mean, you're talking, Gage Ford was trailing Underwood the whole time. That was a contested shot. They get it to Dan Evans. Dan Evans tries to hand it off, gets stolen away by Gales. Perhaps a bad pass there by Evans, but stiffed again by Underwood. He is just ball denial mode right now, is Allen Underwood. As Gage Ford gets the ball back, Underwood is guarding. Ford gets it out to Zerbrug. Zerbrug trying to find somewhere to go back to Ford, but the Falcons doing a great job of forcing them into this half-court offense and not really allowing them to penetrate at all. Has to go back out to the Aviators. Brandon Alexander finds that sliver of hope, tries to go all the way with it, gets the pass up and into Gales. Nice pass to Gales, nice shot, nice finish. Cuts the Falcons' lead to 7.
You're going to be looking for that if you're Alliance. That's the best scenario you can get on the floor.
You got the size and height advantage. You got to start using it if you're the Aviators right now. As Dan Evans gets it to Simons. Simons backs down his man. Turnaround Jay. Couldn't get it. Salih with the offensive rebound. Tries to go shot up. Couldn't get the foul called. Fights for it, almost stripped out of the hands of Gales. Here goes Alexander, kicks it to the corner. Zerbrug has an open look, shot up, no good. Alexander gets the offensive rebound, trying to push forward with it. Shot is up, and we'll get 2 shots at the line. As we see some more jawing, it looks like, between the players. That's Simons and that's Ford this time.
Brandon Alexander to the line, shooting 2.
As we see Simons.
There were some chippy words between the two, and they're just talking it up.
Absolutely. Friendly competition is where you hope it stays, as Alexander steps to the line, sinks that first of 2 free throws, cuts the Falcons' lead to 6. But the fact that the Falcons are getting as many offensive rebounds as they've gotten tonight, we talk about it, and we talked about it last night, Brandon, with the girls' game when it was Poland and Fitch. It's more positioning than it is height. Height obviously helps with the rebounds, but the Falcons are in all the right positions right now to grab these rebounds.
Right. I mean, we saw at Salih last time among the trees grabbing the rebound. He positioned himself right between it and saw the bounce.
As Simons fakes it, tries to get it to Smith, just a bad pass, but able to recover it is Salih. Salih now running in transition, gets it to Underwood. Underwood with the reverse, gets the foul, almost finished it. And Allen Underwood bringing a full array of moves and elusiveness tonight with this game, and he gets another foul called, and we'll go to the line for 2 more.
Very Kyrie Irving-esque kind of layup package.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about a guy that, was fairly quiet, too. I mean, if we're going to be frank, fairly quiet the first 5 games, really just going into this aggressive attack-first mentality is Allen Underwood, and it's paying off for him as he now has 13 points on the night.
Absolutely. Showcasing some IQ on offense out here that we haven't seen from him yet. And, mentioning that last play, Brandon Alexander looked to shake up his ankle there.
As Allen Underwood gets the pass from Salih on that one. And it goes back up and in. Trades the 1 for a 2, does Underwood, and it's an 8-point Falcon lead. Zerbrug sees Salih, shot up, no good, but the foul. If you're going to foul him in that instance, you got to stop the shot from happening, and they do. Going to the line for 2 now is Zerbrug. As checking in now for the Aviators, it's going to be DJ Davis. He'll be checking in. Zerbrug will step to the line for 2, down by 8. As the first one short off front iron. 5:32 left in the 3rd quarter. Zerbrug's going to look to straighten it out for his 2nd attempt at the line. As Zerbrug's 2nd free throw is up, and he's able to finish that one. Cuts the Falcon lead to 7. Dan Evans bringing the ball up. 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Dan Evans to Todd Simons. Todd Simons with Ford covering, goes to Cam Smith. Cam Smith, he got the mismatch with Ford on him. Simons has Ford. Simons works it to the corner. Dan Evans left open from 3, puts it up and puts it in. Perfect execution play. They got the double team that they wanted, and Simons took advantage of it. Gales to Zerbrug. Zerbrug backs out, finds inside to Gales. Gales with the work, and that's going to be a charging foul on Gales. as perfect positioning as we saw. Dan Evans does a great job. He gets the position, sets his feet, takes the contact, and they're going to call that every time, especially when you're 6'5" compared to 5'6" like that.
Absolutely. It's going to look like a push any other time when you act like that. Perfect awareness there.
As the Falcons sit with a 10-point lead, they're looking to build upon it right now. Dan Evans has the ball to Alan Underwood. Underwood gets a screen, trying to split the defense, gets the ball stolen out of his hands. Getting it is Brandon Alexander. Gage Ford running in transition, stops, pops, sinks it from the mid-range shoulder area. Right shoulder shot up and in. 4:40 to go, and the Falcons' lead has been cut to 8. Simons now driving, goes to his left, finds a little pocket of space, now has to re-dribble. Simons, looks like a blocking foul is called on Simons. He'll get it out of bounds, will be inbounding. And they're going to call that on 22, the newly checked in DJ Davis for the Aviators. And I mean, getting the Aviators into foul trouble too, and just getting a lot of fouls called. Cam Smith will be inbounding, looking for somewhere to go. Cam Smith finds Underwood, who found a pocket of space. He dribbles after the shot, up and in. Alan Underwood showcasing all of his array of moves tonight. Alan Underwood with the pump fake, steps into a mid-range shot, up and in, good for 2. 10-point lead for the Falcons. Gage Ford with the dribble, goes inside, now kicks it out. 3-point attempt, no good, did not go for it. She goes inside, shot up and in. That is number 33, Diego Allen. He makes that shot up and in. Foul, or not, excuse me, not foul, out of bounds call goes to the Falcons. Joe Roth checks in Isaac Boyd as well as Deshaun Vaughn, I should say, excuse me, and Nate Leskovac for the Falcons. Full group substitution just about. Only one staying in is Simons. Isaac Boyd will be inbounding. 4 minutes to go in the third. Deshaun Vaughn with the ball to Simons, stepping into a three. Simons up and in. He'll make you pay every time from distance if you leave him. Simons with 17. Timeout. Aviators. Falcons leading it by 11. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. And Brandon, they keep attacking the same thing, and the Aviators haven't had a response all night for it.
No, I mean they've just been great shooting from the outside, and it's opened it up from the inside, as well as the rebounding ability of the Falcons, playing taller, as you said, than they are, as it appears on the stat sheet. That is.
And I mean, we talked with Coach Beanie, and he said too. He said we're gonna implement a zone, but I mean, this season it's live and die by the press. We're gonna press them. I mean, as we're gonna do every team. And I mean, sometimes it works out, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you got to back off into the zone, is what he said. But he said our first mentality defensively is live and die by the press. And if I may say so myself, Brandon, they're thriving by the press tonight.
They seem to perfect it over these last span of games, and it's working to perfection here, causing what seems to be double-digit turnovers and points for the Falcons.
And I mean, if you're getting those points off turnovers, which the Falcons have to have a large amount of points off turnovers.
They have to have some double-digit numbers.
I mean, they're doing a great job all around right now, are the Falcons defensively. 3:51 to go in the third quarter, up by 11. Gage Ford will bring it up. As Ford is going to be met, goes inside, finds that inside shot, up and in, and they were able to get it to Diego Allen, who made a great pass inside with it. Cuts it 2-9. Simons gets the ball back. 3:33 left in the third. Simons gets it out to Deshaun Vaughn. And going up baseline, kicks it out. Simons again from three, up and in, and he is feeling himself. 20 points on the night for Simons. Another tray from the corner. 12-point Falcon lead. As Ford gets it back to the corner. That's Zerbrug outside to Brandon Alexander. Does a spin move, goes up and tries to get it in. No good. Fight for the rebound. Last touch. No, they're going to call it off of the Falcons. Aviators keep it. As Cameron Haynes will be checking in and will be inbounding for the Aviators. Checking out was Ty Young. Is trying to get it in. Does get it to Zerbrug. Now out to Ford. Ford out to Alexander. And just forcing the Aviators to the perimeter passes, as they're not allowing really any penetration. Breaks up that pass, stays with the Aviators, but yet again, going to have to inbound and play out of a half court.
Absolutely. I mean, they're right in the passing lanes, and they're letting them just pass around the perimeter. No inside shots to their bigs. And that's going to be the best game plan that you can have right now is they leave them there and they get it inside.
Brandon Alexander has to kick out. Three-pointer is up, and you're going to live with that one as Cameron Haynes does make him pay from distance. But if you're going to force him to the perimeter, you got to force him to make them. And, I mean, if you're going to let some of those go sometimes, it is what it is.
But they do have good shooters. I mean, to Alliance's credit, they made them pay there for leaving them.
As Simons gets the ball back, Ford gets screened, inside pass, shot is up, no good from Leskovac, tries to grab the rebound, last touch by Leskovac goes back to the Aviators. But all the Falcons doing a great job of following their shots too after taking them, and that's where they're getting a lot of their own offensive rebounds too after their shot. As Ford running in transition just speeds past all the guys, finds the corner Zerbrug steps to his right now, back out to Ford. And now they're right back into that zone defense, and they're going to force Aviators back into the half court. And Aviators are going to have to find some way to score out of it. And it's going to be way by the three, and they get it again with Zerbrug, who sinks that one from deep, cuts it to 6, under 2 minutes to go in the third. Simons now bringing the ball up court, minute 50 left in the third quarter. Simons gets it to Deshaun Vaughn. Screen is set by Roth. Deshaun Vaughn trying to find somewhere to go, goes to Leskovac. Leskovac out to Simons. Sets a screen, does Leskovac. Simons has Zerbrug on him. Simons gets it inside to the shoulder, now finds Isaac Boyd. Isaac Boyd got too much in the way of the trees. Isaac Boyd, and there's going to be another lane violation is what they're going to call, I believe, on Boyd. Goes to the Aviators, and a senseless turnover right there by the Falcons, and now comes back in the second group with Dan Evans, Alan Underwood, and Cam Smith, and those three have really been highlighted tonight as really impact players. Gales checks in for the Aviators.
As well as Simon's taking a seat right now. A little rest here for probably this minute 33.
As the Falcons have let the Aviators back in. They're within 6 now. Aviators have possession, and a huge possession coming up for Alliance. As they double up Alexander. Alexander has to break it. Alexander is hitting the ground hard. Alexander goes all the way up and in with it, cutting it to 4. And this is now the Alliance crowd is starting to get into it, the ones that are visiting here. And that ball stolen away as Roth couldn't keep the handles on it. Zerbrug gets fouled in the transition, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Alliance now has battled all the way back into a chance to cut the Falcons' lead to just 2. Minute 11 left in the third quarter of play.
They've taken that momentum, that little sliver of momentum, and they've just really punctuated on it with the outside shooting and the take there.
When you're going to play that type of zone defense, I mean, you leave the threes open for the most part. I mean, and you got to force them to make it, and that's what Alliance has done as a key free throw miss by Zerbrug.
And Zerbrug's kind of highlighted that kind of run there by Alliance with the 2 threes and then the foul shots here.
As he has 17 on the night, looking to extend his point total. More importantly, looking to cut this to a one-possession game, and he does so with that free throw. 18 on the night for Zerbrug. Minute 10 left in the third quarter. Falcons now lead only by 3 as Alliance has gone on a run. As Alan Underwood trying to get a clear out here. Alan Underwood gets it to Roth. Roth now around the wing, looking to pass somewhere, goes to Smith. Under a minute to go. Cam Smith drives it inside, does a spin move, turn around, Jay up, no good. Fight for the rebound, coming down with it. Del Ciato to Underwood. Underwood finds Smith, and that 3 from the corner for Dan Evans, up, no good. But it's going to be a foul, goes the way of the Aviators, as that is Del Ciato picks up the foul.
Second, team 5th.
43.6 seconds to go. Brandon Alexander gets it to Ford, and Alliance now has a chance to tie the game going into the fourth quarter of play. Ford gets it to Alexander. Alexander back out to Ford. Ford kicks it to the corner. Three-pointer is up, no good. Second chance attempt up from Alexander, up and in. And that's what you want to see. The vertical ability of Alexander comes in, makes the Falcons pay. He has 10 on the night. As now Dan Evans going to dribble it out, presumably take the last shot of the quarter. As we're under 17 seconds, Dan Evans works his way to the corner, passes out to Underwood. 12 seconds and ticking. Underwood works his way to the corner, goes baseline, tries to go all the way with it, does not get the foul call on that one. Transition as they're going to try to get the lead. Ford steps into a 3, puts it up and in from 3 as Gage Ford gives the Aviators a lead going into the fourth quarter of play. Jaws some more at the Falcons as he walks away from them. 2-point lead for the Aviators. And Brandon We got a final 8 minutes to go, and this is looking to be probably the best 8 minutes of basketball we've seen all season long.
Absolutely. Great competitive nature from both teams, and the comeback here from Alliance.
We hate to make you wait, but we're going to take a quick 15, 30-second break here on YSNLive.com.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
As we are gearing up, ready for our final 8 minutes of basketball between the Alliance Aviators and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Yet another lead change to end that third quarter as Gage Ford sinks a three from distance, Brandon, giving the Aviators a 2-point lead. Falcons now going to have to operate from behind, 61-59, 8 minutes to go.
A shot that felt like he was hanging in the air over the defender to make that one. Tremendous shot to take the 2-point lead on a run that Alliance has really had since the end of the third quarter, and they're going to look to, keep that going right now.
Zerbrug has the ball, gets it to Ford. Ford trying to go somewhere, goes to the wing.
But the shooting is going to be key to that.
And then losing the ball, that's Smith. Smith could not get it to Underwood, and those are the ones that you want to get back. Smith just got a little bit ahead of himself on the pass, thought too deep into it, missed the pass to Underwood, who was running in transition.
Just as I was going to say, they need to limit the turnovers.
Yeah.
Turnovers on both sides of the ball as Alliance gets it back.
As we hope Brandon doesn't jinx either team right now.
I'll just stay quiet.
As Haynes now with the ball. Ford gets it to Zerbrug. A lot of perimeter pass and does find Haynes. Has a sliver of room. Could not sink that three. Zerbrug jumps up and down. Let's see if they're going to give it to him. No, it looks like they're going to see ups and downs. Let's see.
No, they're going to foul on the floor.
They're going to call it a foul on the floor. As Zerbrug did jump into him, but I mean, you could have called that either way. That could have been ups and downs too.
It looked like he caught him and locked him in the arm there, and they'll call that from the angle they had.
As Haynes looking for somewhere to pass, goes to Ford. Ford kicks it out. Extra pass to the corner. Haynes gets doubled in the corner, gets it to Ford. Ford now from distance, up and in, and he's letting loose now. 5-point lead for the Aviators. As Dan Evans to Simons. Simons now with the ball. Simons drives inside to Cam Smith. Cam Smith, opportunity up, no good. Could not finish it. That was right at the rim. Didn't get any of the glass, did Cam Smith, on that shot. Under 7 minutes to go. Aviators up by 5. Trying to expand their lead now. Underwood is guarding. Zerbrug to the wing now inside to Gales. Back outside to Ford. Gage Ford to Zerbrug. Takes another three and almost dialed it up as Gales, looks like it was an offensive foul over the back. Gales gets it, and the Falcons get it back. Deshaun Vaughn checking in. Cam Smith checking out. 6:44 to go. Falcons down by 5. Key possessions going forward as the Falcons want to cut this preferably to a one-possession game on this drive here. Getting it to Underwood. Underwood gets a screen set from Salih. Finds Simons. Simons to the corner to Dan Evans. Tries to set a screen, does Simons. Simons gets the ball back in the corner. Brandon Alexander goes cross court now to Evans, back into Salih. Salih on the cutting. Deshaun Vaughn could not rattle it in as that bounce did not go their way, as it seemed like all the bounces were going the way in the first 2 quarters of the game. Well, these last 2 seem to be going against the Falcons, and high extension on that vertical fight for the ball. Falcons get it. They got the mismatch as Simons gets fouled as he had the ball. That's a good foul. They get him out of that transition game that the Falcons have been torching the Aviators on all night. As now, as it's going to be side out. Simons thought they were in the bonus. Deshaun Vaughn gets it to Dan Evans. Dan Evans now finds Simons. Simons fakes the three on Brandon Alexander. Screen set. Gales is on him. They got a mismatch. They go inside. Shot is up, and the foul is called. Dan Evans will go to the line for 2. This one, Brandon Alexander picks up a foul.
It's a hard one, sends him to the ground, and he seems to be grabbing that wrist too.
As both Brandon Alexander and Stephen Gales both have 4 fouls, both potentially on the cusp of fouling out, and if you can get one of those big bodies out, you take away a large rebounding threat that the Aviators impose on the Falcons right now.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting strategy to see if Coach Beanie can get that worked out and get those fouls down low against them. And it's just going to be driving like this and hopefully making your shots at the line as he misses that one.
As 1 for 2 trip, leading by 4 still are the Aviators. Screen is set, able to fight through it was Vaughn. Vaughn is in the face of Ford, gets it out to Haynes. Now Brandon Alexander with the ball, gets it to the corner. Zerbrug makes the extra pass to Ford. Ford trying to swing it on Vaughn. Vaughn staying with him, gets a sliver of space, goes inside, tries to get it to Gale. Stolen away by Vaughn. Vaughn running in transition, gets the ball stolen away from him. Brandon Alexander this time steals it. 5:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Falcons down by 4. Gage Ford gets the ball back, and they're going to reset in their half-court offense. Finds Haynes and the wing back to Ford. Ford finds Brandon Alexander, dials it up from distance, no good. Fight for the rebound. Gales comes down with it, fighting for it. Gales extra shot up and in, and that's the one guy you got to get in. Gales is hurting him way worse from rebounds than Alexander has.
Absolutely, with a little turnaround floater there.
Simons trying to step in, puts it up and puts it in. Simons with a 3, and an immediate answer. As Falcons are going to take a timeout, but Simons not letting his team get down big as Simons steps right into a 3, cuts it to a 1-possession game, and 23 points on the night now for Simons. He's been playing incredible, Brandon.
My goodness, and Gales just puts his hand up there, and he says, what do you want me to do? He just looks at everybody, what am I going to do? What are you going to say to me? Tremendous shot by Simons there to put them back into kind of a great standing here on the comeback.
As the Falcons have no one on the court right now in foul trouble. The one with the most fouls on them is, of course, Dan Evans. He has 2. But, I mean, the 2 guys you want to highlight, Brandon Alexander, Stephen Gales, both 4 fouls on the night. And we already alluded to it. If you get one of those big guys, because, I mean, you got Gale standing at 6'6", you got Alexander standing at 6'3". So, I mean, to get one of those 2 guys, they're 2 big rebounding threats on the floor right now. Just to get one of them, let alone both, off the floor would be a huge advantage for the Falcons going forward.
I mean, more poignantly, I mean, if you can get Alexander off the floor, because he's just been hurting them on offense more, and just his body and movements on defense have been disrupting the Falcons. But both of them, absolutely, it's a strategy that Beanie's going to look to implement.
As we see Joe Roth checking in, as well as Isaac Boyd. And I mean, with this implementation of all these guys that Beanie goes to, uses probably the deepest bench out of any coach in the area. And he talks about just having that fresh legs and that advantage of just, well, if this guy's not doing well, we have a guy that we could, use right now, see if he does well, and just, trying to find the right rotation each game. But I mean, it's always fresh legs that are on the floor right now.
And it's the next man up mentality. I mean, you're asking from better heroics from more people. And you can see it kind of play out in these games as you see just role players kind of appear out of nowhere on the roster.
Is getting the ball, running in transition. Underwood up, does not get the foul with the shot, but finishes through the contact anyway, cuts the Aviator lead to 1. He has 19 on the night. 66-65, Aviators lead at 4:18 left in the game. Brandon Alexander with the ball. Underwood is guarding. Alexander goes out to Haynes, finds Ford now. Ford gets to Zerbrug. Zerbrug at the logo to Ford. Ford finds Zerbrug at the wing, back to Ford. Ford looks like he wanted to step inside. Nice pass to Gale. Shot up and in with the foul. As Stephen Gales makes him pay. Big body inside. They were able to find him, feed him, and he ate inside with another 2-point bucket. 13 on the night for Gales. Chance to extend the lead to 2 possessions, 4 points now for the Aviators.
And he's going to eat away if you don't keep on him down low and just keep a body attached to him at all times. But they go away as the zone takes him away, and he gets the bucket there.
As Gales misses the free throw, keeps it to 3-point lead. As Underwood to Simon. Simon steps into a 3. Bounces up, no good. Brandon Alexander with the ball. Wonder why the Falcons aren't trying to drive inside and draw that foul. As Simons is looming in the back, gets it to Ford. Simons gets back to his spot now. And almost losing the ball to Dan Evans, and swarming him immediately, has to get it to Haynes, now back out to Ford. And the Falcons are so active on defense right now. Haynes gets it back to Ford now. 3:25 to go. Haynes wanted to step into a three, goes cross court. Zerbrug now does step into three, puts it up and puts it in. He is unbelievable, Brandon. Another three for Zerbrug. 21 on the night, 6-point lead for the Aviators, and a huge 6-point lead, I might add. 3:08 left in this game. Dan Evans to Isaac Boyd. Isaac Boyd drives to baseline, goes up, gets it blocked by Gales, goes out of bounds. Falcons keep it. And this might be the time you need it. You got to figure they're going to try to want to get one of those big bodies off the court, because then you have a better rebounding chance then, especially offensively.
I mean, it's just going to help you all around on both sides of the ball.
As Simons kicks it out, gets it to Underwood, who is able to save it from going out of bounds. That would have been disastrous. Simons now with the ball. Denies the screen, goes all the way up with it. Foul is called. It looks like that was on Alexander, and Alexander looks like he's going to be done if they call it on him. He's walking to the bench, and it is on Brandon Alexander, and that's going to do it. That's for the end of that's going to do it for Brandon Alexander. And Brandon, that's a huge foul out now. Brandon Alexander, one of the poignant rebounder scorers for this Aviator team. And we see some jawing now between Coach Kakara and the officials. Is checking in now. That's number 2, Caden Bates, for the Aviators. 2:48 left in this game. 2 key free throws, 1-and-1 opportunity coming up for Simons and the Falcons. Simons with 23 on the night. Simons gears it up from the free throw line, sinks the first one, and will get a chance at his second one now. Cuts the Aviator lead to just 5. 2:48 to go in this game. 24 on the night for Simons, and I mean, you got one of the big bodies now. Now, if you can go 2 for 2, and you get Gales in as a rattle around, but gets the rebound, does not get the foul called. Gales does get it back, kicks it out to Bates. Bates tries to get it to Ford. Ford gets trapped and gets fouled called. That's on Alan Underwood. It's 2:41 as they will be. It's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity now for Ford. As we see Coach Kukara on the floor right now, talking with his newly checked-in Caden Bates, who came in for Brandon Alexander. But I mean, you saw the Falcons were able to get one of the big bodies out now, Brandon. I mean, talk about how it'd be a key right now if they can get Gales out off the floor too. But I mean, 6-point lead now.
I know it would help tremendously, at least down low, to get those rebounds and get out in transition. And not as much as a rim protector, because we've seen him come from the weak side on a lot of those Falcon takes and absolutely swat the ball. He at least has to have 2 to 3 blocks on the night. It would be a great help if they can get him off the floor.
As Dan Evans gets it to Boyd. Boyd driving to his right, does a spin move, shot up, gets blocked, out of bounds, goes to the Aviators. As the Aviator faithful turn it up in volume. Aviators get the ball back, and this is a huge possession. This could make or break the game. If they can get up by double digits, here would be huge. As it goes over the head, stolen away by Simons. Simons trying to go all the way, finds the pass to Underwood, up and in. Beautiful feed to Underwood, cuts it to 5. That's a huge steal and huge score for the Falcons, and just a great competitive game between 2 great teams right now, Brandon. And it's almost stolen away. Ford able to recover it, tries to go all the way with it, has to go back out to Bates. Bates almost lost it. Underwood is on him. Bates trying to find somewhere to go, and it's going to be a timeout called by the Aviators. 2:04 left on a full timeout. And Brandon, I mean, huge possession coming up right now for the Aviators.
Absolutely. I mean, if they can score here or even get a long ball to fall right now, I mean, the game could be curtains. But it's going to be holding that Falcons and holding them in transition and not letting them get the easy looks, especially Todd Simons, that is, with his turnaround jumpers in the mid-range game.
As Ramir Hawkins will be checking in for the Aviators for Caden Bates. 2:04 left in the game. And key thing we just got from the official, 1 timeout left for the Aviators, 2 left for the Falcons, as the Falcons are trying to make a comeback down by 5 right now. But a high scoring affair, 73-68 right now. I mean, you look at the guys. Todd Simons has 24, 21 for Underwood, and then also we have 15 points for number 11. That's Dan Evans. On the other side, I mean, 21 points. It looks like 21 points for Zerbrug, 13 for Gales, 17 for Ford, and 10 points for Brandon Alexander as he before he fouled out. 2:04 left in this game. Haynes is going to be inbounding the ball. As Haynes trying to find somewhere to pass to, has to go over top, tries to get it to Ford, almost stripped it out of his hands as Underwood is left in the backcourt. Mismatch now, but able to recover. It was Underwood. He was able to get back in defensively. Dan Evans is on Ford, gets it to Haynes. Minute 50 left in the game. Haynes dribbles his way to the wing, now hands it off to Zerbrug. Zerbrug trying to find somewhere to go with it. Goes back out to Haynes. Minute 44, trying to burn as much clock as they can are the Aviators. Falcons, Simons is on Ford. Ford trying to go somewhere, screen set. Ford goes inside, gets doubled there. Ford gets it out to Gales. Gales left wide open. Puts it up, puts it in. 7-point lead for the Aviators. Minute 25 left. Simons trying to drive inside, and it's going to be a foul is called. This one is on Haynes as he voices his displeasure on the floor, and now going to the line for 1-1 is Simons. Simons will go to the line for 2, as much to the displeasure of the Aviator faithful. Checking in now for the Falcons, as checking out, I should say, is Isaac Boyd. Checking in for the Falcons is Michael Palmer. Simons going to the line for huge free throws right now. 1-on-1 opportunity, minute 21 to go, down by 7, and he sinks that first one at the line. 25 on the night for Simons. And he'll go to the line for his second free throw opportunity now. But Brandon, I mean, they're lucky because they are in the bonus right now. And with the fouls, as Simon sinks his second one, cuts it back down to 5. You get that clock to stop every time you go to the line.
Absolutely, and you're going to need to see if they can get the press here and get a turnover out of this kind of passing that they're going to try and force.
As Palmer is on Ford. Ford, great dribble moves, trying to get past him. Ford goes inside, shot is up, no good. No, they're going to wave off the shot. It's on the floor. And they're going to call that on Simons. That was on the floor. The shot will not count. We'll go to the line for 1-1 now is Ford. Minute 5 left in the game.
That is very bad for the Falcons right now, but the beautiful floater from Ford there. It's a shame they waved it off, honestly. It was a stroke of beauty.
As Isaac Boyd checks back in, as well as Caden Bates for the Aviators. Checking out is Ramir Hawkins. And key free throws coming up now, as the Falcons are going to need to get some sort of turnover against Alliance. As that shot up, rattles around, does rattle in. And it's a 1-on-1. Everyone ran in back in defense. Second shot opportunity now for Ford. As they were, I mean, so far Falcons unable to get Gales to foul out, but they haven't really been driving inside all that much.
No, they really haven't. I mean, they've kind of cut off the offense for the Falcons, playing great defense.
As Simon tries to go all the way, and it's the foul on Gales right as we said it. He'll go to the line now for 2, and there goes Gales. Minute left exactly, and they finally do get the 2 big bodies out in Gales and Alexander, and they're going to have to check back in Ramir Hawkins. And now the height advantage all of a sudden seems to sit in the court of the Falcons, Brandon.
And this is going to be interesting if they can use this to their advantage right now. It's that foul out. He puts the arms down on the ball there, and they're going to call that every time.
As Simons, with 26 on the night, steps to the line. He has 2 free throws now at the line. Sinks that first one on the shooting foul. He has 27 on the night, does Simons. And, I mean, this cuts it then. I mean, it's already been cut to a 2-possession game. And Simons strokes the second one up and in. 5-point lead for right now for the Aviators, and these are some big possessions. You need a turnover, though, Brandon.
Yeah, you're going to need the press to work right now. You're going to need to look at where they're passing the ball and really force it into the hands of someone undesirable and get it out of the hands of Ford.
As Ford's trying to go somewhere with it, has to get to Zerbrug. Zerbrug met there, gets it to Haynes. Haynes gets it out, goes out of bounds off the hands of Hawkins, and there's the turnover the Falcons needed.
That's a big one. We're going to see if they could take advantage, though. A long ball would be absolutely perfect right now.
Dan Evans will be inbounding to Simons. 49.3 seconds to go in the game. Falcons down by 5. Both teams in the double bonus. Simons now with the ball, met by Zerbrook. Simons crosses over to his left, goes inside, tries to get it off the fingertips, off the legs. Falcons do keep it as it goes out of bounds. The last touch by the Aviators took some time off the clock, 39 seconds exactly. Isaac Boyd will be inbounding the ball. Boyd looking for somewhere to go. Underwood was open underneath the basket. They didn't see him. Simons mid-ranger up and in though. Simons makes them pay. Cuts it to a one-possession game. They're going to need a turnover now off the Aviators, or they're going to need to go somewhere with it. 27 seconds and ticking. Aviators are going to try to get as much as they can, and they foul Hawkins on the entry pass. He'll go to the line for a one-and-one opportunity. And now you're just hoping for some misses. 23.6 seconds to go. Falcons down by only 3 right now. As they send everyone back, they don't want any quick transition buckets right now from the Falcons. Ramir Hawkins just checked in for Gales. 2 huge free throws coming up as he misses the first one. Stays a one-possession game. Checking in now is going to be 33 Diego Allen, as they need that height on the floor right now, Brandon, rebounding-wise.
Yeah, and they're going to look to put him probably back at the rim.
There's now second free throw coming up for Hawkins, and a huge one. He needs to make this extend it to a 2-possession. He does extend it to a 2-possession game, but the key is now on the miss. A 2 right now, you have that chance to keep it one possession. A 3 guarantees you it's going to be a one-possession game then.
3 would be absolutely perfect, and you're most likely going to be thinking Simons is going to have to take the shot.
As it's going to be a timeout called. As Falcons call timeout, they used one of their 2 timeouts. Still 1 timeout left for the Falcons after this, so you're looking for a quick strike here now.
Yeah, they're going to look to draw a drawn play up out of this. Really get an organized look. A lot of off-ball screens they're going to need to happen to get Simons open, especially when they have tremendous length as Diego Allen checked in there.
They're going to, absolutely, you're looking to try to get someone broken off loose. You need to get someone beyond the perimeter right now to get a 3 up and in. I mean, you're probably going to be looking at Simons. He's been stroking it well all night. You look at Underwood, who's another one. Evans is another threat. So, I mean, you're going to put on these 3-point threats now, but those are your 3 main targets you're going to be looking for, as I presume Boyd is going to be inbounding for the Falcons. But, I mean, yeah, that's what you're looking for right now. One of them just needs to get clear of their man and get on beyond the arc and just hope they have a good look at a distant shot.
Or even get the foul. And go to the line and make your free throws, but that could be the problem, is making those free throws when it counts, and especially in a crunch time moment like this.
It absolutely depends on who you can send to the line as well. You need to hope for some misses anyway on the other end. If you make a 2 with the Aviators, gonna get the ball back, unless you can get a turnover immediately. 21.4 seconds to go. Underwood will be inbounding the ball. He does so to Dan Evans. 20 seconds and ticking. Evans gets it to Simons, pump fakes the shot, kicks it out now to Roth, back to Simons. Simons, turnaround 3, does no good. Rebounded Zerbrook, and it's going to be a foul. And now the Falcons absolutely need to hope for at least a miss or 2.
Yeah, Simons takes that shot in the corner, and he really wasn't ready. It was a turnaround shot from the corner. Doesn't have his feet set, and hits the side of the backboard there for the miss.
So now Palmer checks in, but I mean the Falcons' hope rests on some misses at the free throw line right now. Unless you can get a quick shot off from distance, and you're going to need a turnover immediate. But much like the Ursuline game turned out for the Falcons, is exactly what this game is turning out to be. As a key miss, though, off a back iron for Zerbrook. As he'll go to the line for his second shot, trying to straighten it out, make it a 5-point lead, and he misses the second one. Palmer gets it to Simons. Simons gonna step up, has to pass out. No, he goes shot up, gets it denied. Second chance opportunity, and it's gonna be a foul. Simons got the ball back. Double bonus will send Simons to the line. as Simons now will go to the line for a key 2 free throws coming up for Simons.
And
one and one.
Does he miss the second one? Pass out?
You can. Let's see what Simons elects to do. 1-and-1 free throw, 2.2 seconds to go, and sinks the first one home. 31 on the night for Simons. 1 possession lead. You're going to need a quick foul and hope for at least 1 miss. 1 timeout left, though, for the Falcons. Interesting to look what the Falcons are going to do. Simons with the second huge free throw, up and in, 32 points, and that's going to be a timeout from the Falcons. They're going to need to hope for a quick foul, or you're going to need a quick turnover and quick bucket in transition. 2.2 left. Falcons down by 2.
All they really need to do, Ty, though, is inbound the ball and hold it for at least a second and a half and get fouled and go to the line. I mean, it's going to be a tough sell here for the Falcons.
Cooking up for an interesting, you're going to need an immediate turnover and immediate shot if you are the Falcons right now, though.
Oh, absolutely, because if you get a steal down low, I mean, you need to put a shot up absolutely immediately as soon as the steal gets caught.
How about Todd Simons, though? 32 points on the night and really just trying to will his team back into this game. And the Falcons have a chance, though. They're going to need either a foul or a turnover in what is presumably going to be the last possession of the game for either team.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting here on this end's bounds if the Falcons can get a steal and even get a shot up.
They're going to need to get a steal and immediately put that shot up if it's a steal. Hope for maybe a foul, but hope you get a good look on it. Nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting ending we have cooking up for you tonight. 2.2 seconds to go. Aviators up 78-76. They have the ball. Falcons out of timeouts, looking for a turnover or a quick foul. Inbounding is Haynes. Haynes looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Ford. Almost stolen away. Does get a foul. 0.8 seconds left on the clock, and you're hoping for 1 miss from Ford at the line. And now, Brandon, it comes down to a game of free throws. If Ford sinks both of them, it's over. But if you can get 1-2 misses, I mean, if he makes the first one, he might miss the second one just to burn the clock. They're going to need to grab the ball and immediately hoist it. 0.8 seconds, enough time to get the ball in hands and hoist it up, as he does send that first one home. Now interesting to see if Ford will be going for the second free throw, if he'll miss it to burn clock. 20 points on the night for Ford. Second big free throw. And that's going to do it as Gage Ford, ice in his veins, puts it up, puts it in. 3-pointer from Palmer, no good, and that'll do it as the Aviators get a win by 4, 80-76 on the night. Upset the Falcons in comeback fashion after being down by as much as 12 points at one point in the night. But Brandon, I mean, just great play by the Aviators going down the stretch.
I mean, truly great competitiveness. You know, getting down to the Falcons early when they're blitzing you on offense, and then just being able to come back in that third and, you know, string together those long balls to get you the win tonight. Great play by Alliance, and great competitiveness by the Falcons also.
Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, the Falcons, yeah, it hurts to make this loss, but this is definitely the best the Falcons have looked all around as a team. 76 points on the night for the Falcons. I mean, nothing to be not too shabby at all offensively.
Nothing to be ashamed about.
But I'd like to thank you guys all for tuning in and watching this this broadcast of YSN High School basketball. If you want to see the next game for the Austintown Fitch Falcons, we have them scheduled next Tuesday. That's on January 5th versus East High School. Also playing next Tuesday are the Aviators. They're going to be playing on January 5th against Minerva. Our next broadcast that Brandon and I will have for you, we're going to have girls basketball. That's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday. Valley Christian is going to be welcoming in Mooney, and that, of course, is girls basketball. And I'd like to thank you guys all for tuning in and watching again for this broadcast of high school basketball from ysnlive.com. From our owner, DJ Yoakley, that makes this all possible. Our GM, Steve Leslie. Our videographer, Brock Kimball, that gets it all produced for you and all those nice shots. To our color commentator, Brandon Colangelo, and more importantly, to all of you fans that watch, to all the parents at home that support these schools and support these teams. You guys are the driving force behind YSN and why we do this. If you're watching out by Alliance, watching the Aviators from afar, or you're here in Austintown, Ohio, watching the Fitch Falcons, or wherever you may be in high school basketball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC.